budget categories only applies to projects, not activities. But yes, we are actually changing the report for all projects back to the beginning of time. Well, beginning of PeopleSoft anyway, which is 1997. Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, so let's jump into our evidence of review. Again, I can go here, which will just take me to a menu where I can type in somebody's name. Or I'm saying, you know what, I'm looking at this account executive. I want to just go look at all of his projects. Or if I am in the activity and project chart field lookup, where it lists the PI or account executive, the EOR button is by that too. So we're trying to make it easy for you to go to the new evidence of review app. Yeah, I've got the Jeopardy music on my iPad, so I'll play it next time. All right, so a new report, evidence of review. It automatically inherited the person I was looking at. It automatically inherited the month and the year that I was on. And then here's the list of all of the projects for this account executive. I'll go ahead and scroll over to the right. If the accounting period is still open, it will tell you the reporting period is still open. And so at that point, this is only a report. I can't really do anything other than view these one-line summaries. But I still have hyperlinks to right back into the management report. So I replace that it's blue. If it's green, I can hover over it and see what's going on. Okay. I can also, for those account executives that have activities and projects in multiple orgs, I can also filter, say I only want to look for all of the projects in biology. I don't care about medicinal chemistry or somewhere else. Okay? So we're going to go to another period. We're going to go in and see Dr. First's project. So you notice as it started to type, actually I'd like you to do that again. Yeah. As you start to type, it goes, oh, you mean Dr. First or Ferguson? And you go, yeah. Now if you know the REMPL ID, you can key it in. So we call this Google-esque. Or I do anyway, I don't know if it's really called that. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and look at Dr. First's for October 2012. I missed my cue, didn't I? It's got a lot of information to look up. So again, look, going over to the right. The accounting period is still open, so it's at this point still just a report. So we're going to, because Carl and I have all power in the universe, we're going to close the accounting month. And now we're going to rerun that report. And then scrolling to the left a little bit there. Now I have available to me some check boxes by each of these projects. Again, one-line summary, the bottom line. So scrolling down to the bottom, I have three options that I can do on these projects. I can, for each one that I check, and I can do a select all, I can actually create a bundle which is very, very similar to what you get today in the hard copy. Balance sheet, summary of revenue and expense, journal detail. And it'll create one PDF and it'll email it to whoever is logged on. So go ahead and do that, Carl. So he now will get that emailed to him. Also, Dr. First might be a person that doesn't want to use the online app. And so I prepare out of my shadow system or what other mechanism, and and then once I've sat down with her and showed her all of the things and we agreed that they're ready to be reviewed, then I can actually use the bottom option there, which is an indicate review PDF, which will literally produce a report that we can put on her desk and she can sign saying, yes, I am accountable for what has happened this month and I'm evidencing that they have been properly reviewed. So this is a report for those instances where people still do not want to do it electronically. Or I can, and by the way, after we did that, go over to the far right, we actually record in the database that Carl, who was logged on, printed that evidence of review worksheet. So we have an audit trail behind the scenes. We can also go through and say, let's do the first and then the third one maybe, yeah. We can say they've been reviewed and we want to evidence that they have been reviewed. Evidence is my new verb, by the way. And now if we go over to the right, we also see that not only did Carl review it, but he also printed it. So and they can be reviewed by multiple people. And that audit trail is kept. Okay. So just the last thing that I want to mention is as we create these PDFs, they can be saved, they can be emailed, and especially if you've got Adobe Reader version 11, the annotation features to highlight, to put notes in, to attach backup documentation, they're all available to you there. So in theory, you wouldn't ever have to pull up to actually print a management report